The 2010s were the golden age of episodic gaming. Back then, Telltale games dominated the scene. The Walking Dead Season 1, The Wolf Among Us, these weren't just good games, they were cultural moments, picking up awards left and right and showing the world how powerful interactive storytelling could be. But after hitting those highs, Telltale fell fast. Outdated tech, a lack of innovation, and players getting used to binge watching everything thanks to Netflix, the episodic formula suddenly looked dated. In 2018, Telltale closed its doors and it felt like episodic gaming died with it, until now. On the 22nd of October 2025, Dispatch launched. 8 episodes spread over 4 weeks, and suddenly episodic gaming felt exciting again. And there's a reason for that. Adhoc Studio, the team behind Dispatch, is made up of former Telltale developers. These are people who helped create The Wolf Among Us, Tales from the Borderlands, and The Walking Dead. In other words, the people who know how to do this right. So what is Dispatch? Did Adhoc really revive episodic storytelling? And most importantly, is it worth your time? Let's get into my Dispatch review. In Dispatch, you play as Robert Robertson, also known as Mecha Man. Imagine Iron Man. He doesn't have any superpowers, so to say, but he does have a cool mechanical suit which he uses to fight villains. The suit is synonymous with his family, with his grandfather and father both being Mecha Man and both dying within the suit too. Robert is hunting Shroud, the villain who murdered his father, but after getting outsmarted, outfunded and outteched, he hits rock bottom. That's when he's approached by the Blonde Brazier, a Wonder Woman style hero who works for SDN, the Superhero Dispatch Network. Think private security but with capes. Robert takes a job undercover as a dispatcher for Z-Team, the absolute worst group on the roster, a team made up of ex-villains and total outcasts. If he can manage to whip them into shape, STN will rebuild his father's suit and he can get back to the streets and become a hero again. But what makes this story special is not just about saving LA, it's about second chances, identity, and realising your past doesn't have to define your future. The cast is big, colourful and memorable, they're inspired by Marvel and DC, sure, but each one feels distinct and the performances are genuinely top tier. Aaron Paul, Erin Yvette and Laura Bailey are phenomenal as a central trio, but even the supporter cast of Alana Pierce, Jack Skepticai and Young Gravy surprised me with how strong their performances were. Alana especially had a standout role in my playthrough as her character was very prominent. One thing that Telltale was famous for was the illusion of choice. You made big emotional decisions only for the story to mostly funnel you back to the same point. Dispatch doesn't do that. Your actions have proper consequences, characters actually evolve based on what you do, and some choices generally make me sit there and stare at the screen after I've finished playing, wondering if I made the right call. The pacing of each episode is brilliant too. The ending of every episode hooks you in exactly the right way, and I found myself waiting for 7 PM Central European Time every Wednesday for the next episodes to drop. It felt like watching Prestige TV in real time again, with me basically putting everything down to make sure I played the new episodes at that time. One of the reasons Telltale fizzled out is because the games lacked actual gameplay. Why pay for an interactive story when you can mostly just watch it on YouTube? Dispatch avoids that entirely. Yes, there are quick time events which are maybe a little bit too fast at times, but the real star is the dispatching system. This is where you manage your team of heroes and send them out to solve problems across LA and juggle multiple crises at once. Each hero has 5 stats: combat, vigor, mobility, charisma and intellect, and your job is to read the clues within each job, figure out who's the best for each mission, and hope your choices line up with what the problem actually needs. It's part strategy, part puzzle, part organised chaos, and honestly, it's very addictive. When everything goes well, you feel like a genius, and when everything goes wrong, well, LA is left on fire and half of your team is injured, and that's just part of the fun. It makes you really play the story and influence it, and not just watch it. Visually, Dispatch is absolutely stunning. It feels like a natural evolution of comic book art. It's bold, stylish and incredibly expressive. The animations run in real time too, and at moments I genuinely forgot I was playing a game. It feels like a very high quality TV show with all of the polish you'd expect from a streaming giant, and when you compare it to other TV shows in the same genre like Invincible, this game in my opinion looks way better. Transitions are seamless, character designs are fantastic, and the world feels grounded despite being filled with superheroes. The soundtrack is brilliant too, a mix of licensed tracks and original compositions, and Adhoc uses music the way that Don't Nod does. They use it to make you feel something. There are songs that I now associate entirely with scenes from this game, even though I knew the songs before this game came out. So that leads us to the question, should you play Dispatch? And in one word, absolutely, you should. Dispatch is everything I want from an episodic game. A tight, emotional, brilliantly written story, gameplay that's genuinely engaging to play, presentation that pushes the genre forward, and characters that feel human even though they are superpowered. This is quality over quantity done right, and it's one of the best superhero stories I've ever played or ever seen on the TV. This patch doesn't just revive episodic gaming, it perfected it, and it will be definitely high up on my Game of the Year list for 2025, and I think if you give it a chance, it will be high up on yours too. Thank you so much for watching my Dispatch review. Do let me know in the comments below if you have already tried out Dispatch, what you thought of it, or if it's on your backlog to play. Also, let me know if you think episodic gaming is back. I know a lot of people don't really appreciate episodic TV shows, but maybe there is a place for this kind of storytelling in video games. Again, let me know in the comments, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.